Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for week 2 of the UPA, the United Pokemon Alliance. I'm Coach Joe of the Atlanta Talonflames. We're going up against Gray, coach of the Vancouver Titangs. And we're hoping to, rebound from the last week's loss, unfortunately. And just go from there. So we are gonna try and get connected to him right now. So let's hit the A button and see what we're dealing with. Okay, very interesting. Very, very interesting. He brings Urshifu Single Strike, which I kind of anticipated. He does bring Clefairy, so I wonder what that's for. Zeraora. It's a good one. Swampert. Makes sense. He does bring Exploud. Like I said, I did predict that. And Tornadus Incarnate. Meanwhile, we have Venusaur, Tyrantrum, Silvally, Lapras Gmax, Electivire, and... Well, actually, I'll put Mimikyu there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so... kind of lead with Lapras. Go in. Because Lapras is technically a win con in a sense, but I also have Venusaur and Silvally and Electivire. So, let's get into it, guys. Week 2 UPA starting now against Jack and the Vancouver Titangs. Sorry if you guys see that in the background. I do have the Chiefs-Raiders game on my main TV. I'm a football guy. Atlanta lost 24-9 earlier today. Kuma. Okay, I picked the lead wrong. But let's see. All-out attacker. It's like, do I predict the bulk up? Or the close combat? Think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bait the bulk up here. Went for U-turn, so he breaks my disguise, so that was actually smart of him. Alright. ABR. Oh, Expo like it's scrappy? I did not know that. It's throwing Tyrantrum here. My nature is adamant, isn't it? No, it's jolly. Okay. This was adamant. 43%. Well, that wasn't specs, I can tell you that. What does he still have out? I think I'll just go for the head smash. He withdraws. Greg. How much is this going to do to you? Not a lot. And we know it's lefties. That's about 45% there. I think I'm gonna throw in Lapras here. As he does go for rocks. Alright, that's fine. And we know it's lefties. I think I just go for it. Resonance. Because I know he's probably going to switch here. Molly. Alright, this thing should do about 44%, it's saying. Yeah, about that. That's Evil Light. Now what are you gonna do? Soft boil. This thing isn't specs, it says in rain with a modest nature. Should do about dang. Okay. So I just go for defog here. Let's see what he does. As he does go for Moonblast, which is fine. Ooh, that did more than I thought. Can Silvally actually get the KO here? Or would he switch here? Let's try it. Him taking a while is definitely making me think this is a bad play. Yep, he withdraws. Dang, let's see something real quick. Thunderbolt. Because he doesn't know I have it. Would that thing have... Would it? Nah, I don't think it would. Yes! Alright, we got the lucky miss on Hurricane. Even though Silvally does not survive a one if and or but. I mean, I still have him, just in case. Let's go for it one more time. Yes! Oh, thank God! Oh, thank God I did that. Oh. I'm sorry to Jack. That 2 Hurricane misses. 70% accuracy. Oh, I'm so sorry to him. Greg comes out. The Swampert. Let's just go into Venusaur here. Because now we got rid of Tornadus, so that thing is definitely... Flip turn. Interesting. Could have went to Lapras there, and then now it gets a free switch into whatever. ABR. The X-Cloud. %, and I'm naturally faster. Who knows, might get a lucky poison here. That is Assault Vest every day of the week. Okay, so we know its item. We know it 110% now what its item is. I mean, I still have Lapras in the back, so... I think I'll just sack Venusaur here. He goes for the Boom Burst, makes sense. Okay, so X-Cloud KOs Venusaur. Kind of want to go into Silvally here. Because he really has nothing that can take a multi-attack. And Zeraora definitely does not want to take a multi-attack. Sylveon gets a KO on to X-Blood, so he sacks that. I don't get the nickname, honestly. I don't get that. Greg. Swampert. For flip turn, presumably. Let's see if I can bait it. Alright, he goes for rocks, that's fine. The question is, what is he going to send in? Is he going to send out the Clefairy? Yep. Alright, that did about 26%. Hydro Pump would do enough to take it out. I'm going to take the risk. Yes! Whew! Survived. I survived the Clefairy with Eviolite. Now he'll probably send an Urshifu, I would think. Fluffy. Okay, he goes Zeraora, actually. How much am I taking from this thing? Okay, if it's physical, Plasma Fist does 90% max. Volt Switch does 37%, and Close Combat does 61%. If it's special, Volt Switch does 50, Grass Knot does 59, Thunderbolt does 66, and he still procs the policy. But it's still too big a risk to take. He went CC, actually. Okay. I think I just... Yep. Sand Tyrantrum just obliterates it. But it's still faster even with... Let's just click Outrage and see if we beta switch. Yes, beta the switch into Gray. Okay, that did a decent amount. Oh no. Oh right, I'm locked in Outrage. This should take me out. Yep. Alright, so... Going to Zeraora here. Not Zeraora, Silvally. The battle's up. What? Wait, what? That can't be right. Hold on a minute. All right, we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to figure out what happened. Now, the reason I say we're trying to figure out what happened is because we're recording this post-game on Sunday night, November 22nd, and this battle plus post-game will be going up on Black Friday, November 27th. So by then, we'll know officially what happened in that battle, because as you saw, I lost on timer on the land servers, according to it. The thing is that my opponent, who I'm going to be introducing momentarily, he had 3 and I had 3. So we're trying to figure out what the rules are on that. But let's bring him on real quick. Let's bring on Jack, also known as Gray, coach of the Vancouver Titangs. How you doing, bro?
Well, I was better before the headache at the end of that match.
Yeah,
it got real messy real quick, and we still have no idea what's happening at all.
At least as of the time of this recording, we have no idea, because I honestly didn't know that there was a chess timer. Like, now that I know that, for next week, I'll be better prepared.
Yeah, I mean the timer catches everyone out at some point. So
now I get why like those big guys like Pokey-Aim and Wolfie and all them. Now I understand why they brought back they're starting that hashtag bring back timer or something like that. I think I might be saying the right hashtag, but I'm blanking right now.
Bring back timer. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because it's like you're battling with we get it for the VGC, but VGC battles usually go pretty straightforward and fast. You don't really see a timer happen in a VGC battle. As for singles,
it's 44 and doubles, isn't it? So it's going to be a lot quicker.
Yeah, so it's like for singles, it really wouldn't hurt to have something like that, because it's like we're all here, we're all trying to have some fun with the battles and all this stuff, and then you get into it, and then right at the end, it's like, oh, this such timer, or your timer, the battle is over. Right? It's like, it really, Joey said it right. It just feels incomplete, doesn't it?
It does. It's nobody wants to lose to timer. It just supposedly I've won this game according to admins. I don't know whether or not it's 100% confirmed that I'm winning this game due to you timing out, and it just feels like half a win because I've not actually won the game. I was just commentating as I normally would, and it just said, "Time's up, you've won." I was like, that's not a satisfying end to a battle at all.
Not at all. Again, my thing is, and I say it all the time because I'm legitimate at it. I don't say this, lightly. If I would have lost, because at the end, you still had Zera Aura, you still had Urshifu, you did have Swampert left, but Swampert
was on his way out.
I kind of had a little way with the Swampert, but the Urshifu and the Zera Aura, I definitely needed some luck with and whatnot. But at the end, if I would have lost, all my mons got knocked out because of that, I would have been fine with it, because it's the battle concluded. Because even in the anime, they say, do you see a timer in the anime? It's like, oh, you have this much time to finish your battle. No, it's when all 6 Pokemon on one side are unable to continue, the battle is over. That makes you feel
exactly
right on. If I had lost that way, I'm fine with it. I've lost 1-0 on timers before. I've lost 2-0 on timers. I've lost 3-2 on timer. And I said this, and I mean it legitimately in our chat, that I think it was weeks 4 through 7 in my very first draft league that I ever did that got me into it and got me started on my channel. I had 3 matches that went to timer, and one of them was just out of the blue. Like nobody expected the timer. One of them was because I predicted wrong. I thought he was going to keep sack off his Alakazam, and he switched in his Cloyster, and I predicted, and I went Bullet Punch instead of Mach Punch, so I could have done that. And then the third one was Flame Orb Milotic with Recover. So I kind of had, a little problem with the timer there. When again, I'm not mad over losing a battle. It's just when it says like you have this much time to complete it, it's like it really just doesn't feel right.
No, I completely agree with that, and I think this was a pretty good battle as well. Up until obviously the point in which the timer came into effect, I think it was going to be a very close one. I'm looking at some calcs as you're talking, and yeah, it definitely would have come down to probably some rolls. I don't think Lapras had any way of just OHKOing my Urshifu, so there was a strong chance that Urshifu just swept up with Wicked Blow.
Yeah, because I'm seeing the but I'm at least seeing that it was Scarf, which is a very interesting one. I will say that's a very interesting decision to use Choice Scarf. Like I thought it was going to be Banded, to be honest with you.
I was tempted by Banded, but honestly, I just wanted to make sure I outsped everything on your team except for Charizard. I think is the only thing that naturally outsped me, and I had my switch into that, so I knew that Urshifu, no matter what you brought, I was always going to be able to outspeed it, outspeed your team, and I could just throw off Wicked Blows and Close Combats pretty much for free. And it also gave me a good lead against your entire team, because your entire team does not appreciate Urshifu at all. And I could always U-turn in a situation where I was unsure. I wasn't sure if you were going to be Chuckleberry on that Tyrantrum, but I felt like it was probably best just to U-turn and get myself out of there.
No,
looking at the calcs, I think it swept at that point.
Yeah, that Tyrantrum. Now again, the fact that you were Choice Scarf means that you would have, because you naturally outsped me. Like if I didn't have the Choice Scarf and you didn't have the Choice Scarf, but
yeah,
because you had the Scarf, you would have outsped me, even though I had the Scarf. And I had put Play Rough on Tyrantrum specifically for the Urshifu, just in case you were maybe banned.
Yeah, Play Rough was something I thought about. Maybe add Close Combat as well. But Swampert was always a pretty good switch in, and unless you're Dragon Dance, I didn't feel like you could ever really break my Swampert with Tyrantrum. It would have taken 3 or 4 Outrages to be able to take out my Swampert.
Give or take after leftover recovery and everything.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that you're 236 with a impish nature, so it would have been. It definitely would have been close, and then the Zeraora was interesting. I was at least with CC and everything. I was like, could I bait into Mimikyu and take that? And if I did, that probably would have helped. That would have helped me out a little bit.
I didn't expect the Electivire to take quite as much as it did. When I saw it come in, I was like, okay, it's going to be physically defensive and it will take the hit. It did not take that hit well at all. And
yeah.
Even if you had gone Mimikyu on that turn, I think Plasma Fist had a chance to knock out, or in fact, it would have knocked out Mimikyu after Rocks. So,
well, that was also because I thought I could bait you with Close Combat on that first turn and switch in Mimikyu. Yeah. So it was smart of you to do that because you broke the disguise. Otherwise, I would have had a free attack and whatnot.
The main thought was that you were going to be Chuckleberry with Close Combat or Play Rough in return and just knock me out. So I was I really don't want to deal with that. I have a Swampert in the back, and if you were to stay in, I knew you'd probably be Chockle. And if you switch out, then obviously I get a U-turn and switch into whatever I need to check whatever you bring in. But then Torn decided just to miss every move.
that is literally just RNG at its finest, right there.
Oh, absolutely.
And actually, and the fact that you're Defiant, I was honestly more afraid of a Prankster Tornadus than I was Defiant, to be fully honest with you, because I mean, Tornadus is okay. Base 115 attack. It's not the worst, but then again, I mean, a timid nature, no IV. I mean, but then again, at the same time, also 216 base attack is probably gonna maybe do some damage. Wouldn't you say? Maybe a little bit.
I would say it's doing a little bit. I did originally have a physical set, and that's why I had Defiant initially. I was running like a bulk up acrobatic set, and then I realized that I just could not break Celesteela at all with it. So I'd say go special, but keep Defiant. So that if you switched in with parting shot with your Silvally, then the Defiant would pop, and maybe you'd think I was physical and go into your physical check, and then I would hit with a Hurricane or Nasty Plot.
Yeah, for me, Celesteela just didn't seem like, a good bring this week, especially with the Zera Aura. Because, I mean, against Blaze Kick and Plasma Fist is definitely a very powerful move. And then the X-Splat, the Assault Vest X-Splat, that was pretty interesting. Like, because I was calculating for Venusaur, and I was like, okay, this thing is going to do about 40% on Sludge Bomb, and then it only did like 20. I'm like, that's Assault Vest every day of the week if I didn't know Assault Vest.
Absolutely. Like, to be honest, it was my switch into Venusaur every time, because honestly my team doesn't switch in very well to it. My switch-ins were like Duraludon, I think, with really like Duraludon and Tornadus, and neither I really want to take damage. Duraludon I thought had a terrible matchup when I looked at it, because you had so many things that could either check it or just like one-shot it with like Tyrantrum close combat or Venusaur Earth Power if you were like Life Orb Modest. Like, there was so many things I could do with Duraludon. And I was like, so I got to bring something that can switch in consistently to Venusaur. And I thought Assault Vest X-Power was kind of my best option. It also gave me like a backup switch into G-Max Lapras should my Clefairy go down. Because honestly, Clefairy's only job in that game was to switch into Lapras.
Which makes total sense, because Calm Nature 196 special with the Eviolite, so that's a base 242. And I'm honestly surprised you didn't use T-Wave now that I'm seeing it. I'm honestly surprised you didn't decide to go with that.
I wanted to live. I didn't want my Clefairy to go down. And if I could keep it alive later, it could come back in on Lapras. But also, I was tempted to go on for T-Wave on the turn in which you actually switched into Silvally. So really glad that I didn't click it on that turn, because that would have been a complete waste. But yeah, Clefairy's main job, it did perfectly in this game, and that was switch into Lapras and at least waste your G-Max.
Which makes total sense, because I mean, I thought I could get away with that. I mean, like right when it was like right at the end of its like HP bar, because I did the calc, and Freezer I was doing about 25 to 30%, and Hydro Pump was doing like 40%. So I was like, I mean, we just spoke about it with Tornadus, that Hurricane with the 70% accuracy, and I was like, okay, this is 85. I mean, I got a little bit better of a chance on that, and
I'm not gonna lie, sorry, you're cutting out at the moment.
I don't know why. It's like
you're all good again now.
It's weird. Sometimes the mic does it or whatever and all that. But when I was like, let me risk the Hydro Pump and just secure the knockout on the Clefairy, so that way I don't have to deal with Soft Boiled again.
Yeah, Clefairy was annoying for your special mon, especially after Venusaur went down.
Yeah, like Venusaur, I was close with that. I was like, do I want to keep it around for the Swampert, or do I like? And I was like, it was really tough at the end there, like to not let Venusaur go down and everything, because I knew it was a definite answer for Swampert, even though I have Freeze Dry, which thankfully there's no Mega Evolutions, so I didn't have to worry about Swampert.
Yeah, I mean, Freeze Dry was always going to be a problem for me. But like in the late game, as long as like you didn't have your G-Max left, I knew that like Zeraora could OHKO it unless it was Wakanberry. I was expecting at least one Wakanberry this week because you got 4 flying types, G-Max Lapras. I was like, surely one of them is going to be like a bait set with a Wakanberry and like something to OHKO a Zeraora in return. But I don't see any Wakanberry, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah, I've never, I rarely use those berries because it's like they don't really show up all that much. So it's like, for me personally, I thought for sure I'd be seeing Rindo on the Swampert, just in case. Like, you know, I would bring Venusaur, like so that way, you know, you take the one hit. And maybe it has like Ice Punch or something like that, and you know it gets a high roll and everything like that, and you know maybe even better you get a freeze.
I mean, a freeze would be nice, but looking at the calc site, I was expecting more of a physically defensive Venusaur, and Ice Punch was doing like 25-30%, so I just didn't feel like it was worth it. And with my investment, that little bit of Spadef investment, I took Grass Pledge just fine from Silvally, unless you were like max special attack, but I felt like you needed to run multi-attack. Like I expected Silvally ground because you don't have a ground type to really switch into Zeraora. Like your only natural switch would be your Electivire, so Silvally ground made a lot of sense.
And trust me, I was hoping for that with Zeraora, was that you were going for the Plasma Fist, so I could get the Motor Drive and just, you know, start powering up and everything. Just get a little faster in there. Although now that I'm looking at it, let me just do it with your Zeraora set, because let me import it and we'll put it into the count.
I'm sure that close combat didn't even come close to knocking out Lapras. No, it didn't have a chance to knock out Lapras. So,
well,
it was a little bit tricky, I guess.
Well,
you were, 252 special attack, weren't you?
Yeah. All-out attacker Ice with Expert Belt. Oh, wait. Okay, so Plasma Fists definitely would have KO'd. Close combat would not have. And then you would have procced the policy. And I would have won. Or at least I would have gotten I would have gotten the kill. Because I had Ice Shard with it too, just for, you know, extra you know, like priority and whatnot. So that would have taken it out, and then depending on what
I think, like, unless because I don't think Silvally ground with no HP investment, I don't think it took a wicked blow from where it was at. So I think as soon as Urshifu came in, as long as that Lapras was weakened, I think it more or less just cleaned up the game. Because it would have OHKO'd Mimikyu from where it was at. I think it OHKO's Electivire is just that strong.
Yeah, Wicked Blow. Wicked Blow.
It's kind of nuts.
Wicked Blow would have definitely, you know, KO. Like I'm seeing it right now. And then we said Savali ground is what I had.
Yeah, I think I was at like 50-ish%, wasn't it? I honestly can't remember what health this thing was at. But it's still 63.
Yeah,
min to you.
Give or take 63 to 70% off the critical hit. So probably would have. But then again, also we have to remember that my Silvally is hasty nature, so you gotta change that. Wicked Blow would have definitely knocked it out because 71% with a minus defense.
There's also a chance that Zeraora could have just cleaned up because of the hasty nature, depending on what health your Silvally was at. Because close combat did 45 to 54 to hasty nature.
Yeah, give or take on that.
Like, it's hard to tell. Like, we can't, unfortunately, with the timer going, we can't say for sure whether or not things would have happened. But I'm pretty sure at that point, like, Urshifu was pretty much in the clear.
Yeah, because if we see it, like, again, you had Zeraora, Swampert, and Urshifu left, and then we pull out my team, and I had the busted Mimikyu. If that wasn't busted, I had a little bit of a chance there.
Yeah, for sure.
The Lapras and Silvally ground. And give or take what goes on there,
I think because you were not Battle Armor or Shell Armor, whichever one it is Lapras gets, I think I would have been able to take a Hydro Pump just fine from you. And 2 Wicked Blows definitely knocked out Lapras after Rocks.
Yeah, like that was the main thing that I wasn't doing, was because I knew you had the water type, so I was like, yeah, I could bait into Water Absorb here. Let's see, all out attacker, but we'll change Water Absorb to Shell Armor. Hold on, that's okay. Wicked Blow would have been doing 35%, and Hydro Pump actually has a 1 in 8 chance to knock out, or 7 in 8, or not 1 in 8 chance that you would survive on the hit if you would have been mocking the Wicked Blow.
Is that that's not Dynamax?
No, it's not.
My calc is... Hey, that's the wrong one. That's probably why I'm seeing that calc. I'm here looking at Zeraora. Like, that doesn't do anywhere near that much damage. 65 to 77, it says for me.
I got 35 to 41 with Shell Armor.
No, as in the Hydro Pump back to me does 65 to 77.
Oh, yeah. That had the choice specs on it.
Yeah. So I think regardless, like, Wicked Blow after Rocks was doing, what, 70% minimum, so I've had to have got 2 low rolls if you were Shell Armor. But...
yeah, something like that. I mean, again, like, I really... I do feel bummed that, it came down to, losing on the timer and whatnot. Like, again, I'm not bummed. I'm not bummed about the loss. Like, we take losses, we learn from them, we get better for the next time. But the same with the win. Like, you're like, okay, I could have done this better. I could get better for next week. How do I, look better for next week and whatnot? And to lose on that, it's just it just really makes you feel incomplete.
Absolutely. Like, we can sit here and we can talk about how the game probably would have finished, but it doesn't make up for, like, not actually being able to finish the battle.
Yeah, like the only way I could think of it is, like, we literally watch our videos, put it on Showdown, and set it up right at the end there. Like, so that means we have to have you miss 2 hurricanes. I gotta hit
just nasty block turns because it's not like I attacked.
That right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like we could try that, because I know that people have done it before, but that's only if you disconnected during the server and, like, you got a critical hit and whatnot, and it's like it's gonna take forever to get a critical hit on the LAN servers again.
Yeah, like, trying to recreate on the LAN timer is just never gonna work, because you have to sit there and you have to type out, okay, you go this one, I go this one, and by the time you actually get to that point, you have like 2 minutes left on your timer, and we don't get to finish the battle anyway.
Yeah, it's like it really just leaves you with an empty feeling, in a sense. Like, I mean, the only bright side I can take out of it is that if it goes the way that we're, suspecting, because again, we are recording this on Sunday, the battle goes up on Friday. I don't lose any differential, which definitely helps out. Like, again, the loss, no big deal, but having a -6 at 0-2 instead of a -9 definitely helps. I mean, granted, I'll probably drop to, 17th place or something like that, depending on how all the other matches went down and everything. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, firstly for me, like, obviously, I'd like to have played out the game to see, like, obviously there was a chance that I could have lost that game, but I think, like I say, I think I had that one. Not to sound like cocky or anything like that. I think we've talked it through and we can both agree that I think that's probably how the game would have ended. So for me to lose a differential or two, hopefully it doesn't matter at the end of the season. Like, that's all I can say. Like, hopefully it doesn't come to any kind of effect. I'm sure it won't.
I don't think it will. It's just a matter of, I would much rather prefer that, I would either win the game, and I don't know, you're probably the same way. You would much rather win the game with it being complete than lose because you timed out.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, we can definitely both agree that the timer sucks 100%.
Yeah, I really think they gotta fix that. Like, I mean, I did the quote tweet, like, like Joey had posted on Twitter and whatnot. I said about it. So I mean, it's like maybe they will fix it. Down the road. Who knows? It's just a matter of I'm not going to use it as an excuse as to why I lost, or it's going to discourage me from being in draft. Like, I mean, I love doing this. Like, that's the main reason I even started this channel in the first place, was just to have a little extra fun with the draft leagues and whatnot. Because I'm like, I never really thought about getting into YouTube until then, and the fact that I've been putting out the videos. I got 54 subscribers in only 4 months. It's like that. Yeah. I must be doing something right, in a sense.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then it's just you live and you learn. I mean, next week I got the Ann Arbor Selgors, who are 0-2. They're going to be much like me, and then you have.
I've got Galadite, and he's one of my best friends in this league, and he is no joke. He is very good.
He just won 4-0, because I actually watched his showdown.
He's got with throw.
Yeah,
he actually put in so much work with throw. That was wild.
Yeah, a bulk up throw with a Skilling Chinchino, and I mean the Crocodile with Moxie. You kind of. You don't really think of running Intimidate.
To an extent.
Yeah, you don't really think of Intimidate in a single battle. You think of Moxie in a single battle. Or if you really want to be crazy, give it Anger Point. But that's also kind of doubles move in a sense.
I have a certain Pokemon that always crits that I need to watch out for that, potentially. But...
And I gotta watch out for the Sand combo next week.
Good luck with that. Sand is broken.
Sand is broken. Thank God I don't have to deal with Libero, though.
That's true. That's always a bonus.
Yeah, thankfully I don't have to deal with that. Probably have to deal with Specs Feeney if he decides to run that. Latios, probably Life Orb, maybe. I don't know. Virizion, you just stick a flying type on something and that goes down. Regice is going to be interesting because, special attack just won't really do much. Audino, I doubt I'd see that. Dusk Noir, I doubt I'd see that. Vullaby, I definitely doubt I'd see that. And then maybe he brings his G-Max? It's just a matter of, what's going to happen there. I mean, it's really just a matter of, hoping that I do good next week. Get that first win because I mean I'm not trying to sugarcoat, but I thought that I had a good matchup against you, and technically I did. Technically speaking, I did. It was just a matter of needing some things to go my way and not ending the way that it did.
I think it was a very 50-50 matchup. I think Urshifu and Zeraora just tore through your team, but at the same time, you had things like Lapras and like Tyrantrum that could do the exact same back to me. So, yeah, I think it was a very 50-50 matchup. And I think it all came down to really just how we played in that game. And it was going to be close regardless. So,
oh, it was going to be close no matter which way you cut it. So, I mean, I'm honestly just grateful for the opportunity to be in the league. It's just a matter of getting over that hump and getting that first win and whatnot. But I could promise you this: like, despite my work starting to come around on me, I'm definitely not gonna just like dip in the middle of the season. I'm gonna do my damnedest to be there every week and help all you guys out and whatnot.
And you'll never forget about Timer again.
Yeah, I will definitely never forget about Timer again.
You only do it once on Land Timer, and then you just, like, every battle, you're just concentrating on that Timer, probably more than you are actually on the battle.
Yeah, I'll definitely be remembering that for next week.
It's coming up to 4 a.m. for me, so I should probably go.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to keep you awake any longer, bro. Have a good night, fam.